How would you describe your family?
I think we have an awesome family, happy family.
Yeah.
It definitely, like, the journey has not been what I thought it was when we first got married.
Of course not.
Our lives have definitely gone a different track, but I think it's for the best. I'm definitely a better person I would have been if Jonathan hadn't come into our lives. I've learned a lot about perseverance and hope, and
Buddy.
I've learned how to be more flexible and less judgmental. So being a young man and feeling like you're capable and intelligent and you have plans for your life, you're disciplined and you have order. There's always things that come up in life that go a different direction than what you expected. And Jonathan has really taught us how to be flexible and how to have hope and endurance and to be more understanding.
Yeah.
Everybody has a story and we may not know what it is, but having Jonathan has taught me to be a lot more tolerant and to give people a lot more grace. I like myself better as a person today because of what I've been through with Jonathan. I don't think I was very aware of other people and the struggles they were having. And I felt like looking back, I see how I was very judgmental. I expected everybody to have their act together and to have good outcomes. And I thought that it all rested upon us, whether we did or not. I thought, whether I had a good outcome came to my discipline and how hard I worked and, my giftings and attributes. And now I realize that there are things that happen to people in life that they have no control over. And everybody is doing the best that they can. And the best thing that we can do for each other is to encourage each other, comfort each other, and help to exhort each other to be the best that they can be. Yeah.
Does he like being tickled?
He loves being tickled.
Yeah. That's good.
And he likes to play this game where you surprise him with where you're going to get him. So
Are you sticking your foot up there?
it kind of goes like this. So Jonathan, I am going to get your ear. Yeah, I got it. And Jonathan, I'm going to get your neck.
No.
Yeah, no. I'm going to get you. And Jonathan, I am going to rub your head. And Jonathan, I am going to get your side. Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah. And Jonathan, I'm going to squeeze your shoulder.
He's waiting for it.
So he likes those games.
What are Jonathan's diagnoses?
So Jonathan was diagnosed with bilateral corneal opaqueness. There are parts of his eyes that didn't develop, so he doesn't have all the parts in his eyes in order to see. He was diagnosed with having a fused skull, so there was no soft spot, so they said that he was going to have microcephaly. And then he was diagnosed with spina bifida. He was diagnosed with DeGeorge syndrome, but we have talked to experts on that, and they say that there's never been a case as severe as Jonathan's of DeGeorge, and there must be something else there, but they don't know what it is, so.
So do they think there's an overarching genetic diagnosis that might be responsible for all of these symptoms?
They say that it was probably environmental. And the interesting thing is we were in India, And in India, the kind of things that happened with Jonathan are much more common, especially the opacity of the corneas. I think it's like one out of every, I may have this wrong, but I think in the States it's like one out of every 100,000 live births, and in India it's like one out of every 1,000. So all we know is that it was environmental, is what they said.
Are there any theories as to why it's more prevalent in India?
We send a lot of the industry that's too dirty to do in the States over there to do. When he was born in India, they gave us a 10% chance of him living to 3 months. So the first couple months was just trying to keep him alive and get him back to America, which took a huge undertaking and a congressional inquiry. And then after we got back, I felt like we were kind of in survival mode.
Yeah.
And then he has a brother who's a year and a half younger than him.
Yeah.
And so it was like raising two babies at once.
Tell me all about your brother Jonathan.
When I was younger, I thought he was a burden, and I really didn't like that I came so soon after him because he got all the attention. I had to act out and do all this stuff just so I could get attention once in a while.
Did that ever change, or does it remain the same today?
Yeah, that changed. I understood that Jonathan requires a lot of attention, but still.
Can it be hard to give attention to all the children when Jonathan requires so much?
It was a challenge. And I felt like I wish we could have done a better job. I think we did the best we could. But when you have a child that you're trying to keep alive, and then you have a child that is not in what you perceive to be an emergency, it's easy, to direct all of your attention in one direction. It's a challenge. I'm just very thankful that all of our kids have turned out well and that our family is close and connected.
What was it like for you growing up with Jonathan?
It was kind of, because Jonathan's so unique, whenever people meet Jonathan, it kind of changes the way that they see me, and then I'm just known as Jonathan's sister and how well I help and serve Jonathan.
Do you like that?
Not really, but I think it taught me a lot of helpful lessons, like thinking about other people than just myself. So I'm grateful, but it's definitely something that I've had to learn and navigate, kind of like who I am without Jonathan.
What would you rather have people know about you than just being Jonathan's sister?
Like my accomplishments and all the things that I've done in the past, I guess.
What are you doing now with your life?
I'm currently in college studying human resource management.
Did you ever tell your friends at school about Jonathan?
Oh, yeah.
What do you tell them?
I tell them that he's lots of fun. He's he's older brother, but smaller.
What's it like to have an older brother who's smaller?
Well, it's a good thing he's smaller and not as strong, because I have to be able to help. It's interesting, because I keep forgetting that he's older than me too.
How would you describe the type of care that he requires?
I would say it's full time. That he always needs somebody present there to make sure that, because he needs help with everything.
Is Jonathan fully blind?
Yeah.
What was it like to go from living with Jonathan, who's pretty loud and makes a lot of vocalizations, to an environment where there isn't that type of stimuli?
It was nice because nobody knew about Jonathan. It was much more quieter and easier to focus, and it wasn't like juggling this hat of caring for Jonathan and then doing my own thing as well.
So did you have to help a lot with his care growing up?
I would say yes, But as I got older and school got harder, I kind of just passed the baton to David, who's off in college, and then he passed the baton to Joshua.
What is the most important thing other people can understand about Jonathan?
He is not as bad as people usually think. Because when people that I have a special ed brother, they think that it's like terrible and it's really hard. It's usually not.
What's it like to go out in public when Jonathan is being extra vocal?
Well, earlier on, it was very stressful, and I think that we tried to avoid doing it because it was very stressful, and people would get upset. We went to the beach once when he was young, and we had him in a little canopy, and we were playing in the surf with our other kids, and he was there, and he kept having these loud outbursts because he was so excited about the wind blowing on him. But a couple ladies walked down the beach, heard him making a noise, and called the police. We had to leave the beach. So it was a little stressful. We didn't go back to the beach for almost a decade because the outbursts are disturbing to some people, yeah.
What's it like having a brother who doesn't use words?
Hard because I can't really understand him that well.
Jonathan's gonna be 18 soon. And he is in that transition from boyhood to manhood.
What's that transition been like in your household?
It's been hard.
Has it changed some of his behaviors and?
Yeah, he used to just do whatever we would tell him to do, like most children do, but now he has opinions and he wants to do what he wants to do.
How does he vocalize or communicate those opinions?
Well, he will do an unhappy yell if he does not want to do something. He will tell us no. And he'll try and direct us to what he wants to do.
Which is what he's doing right now.
So right now he's trying to direct us to go someplace else.
Can it sometimes be difficult to be inclusive of Jonathan because he often desires solitude?
Yes. Yeah, I don't know how to elaborate on that. He does like solitude. He is very attuned to his environment and the sensory input around him. And so, yeah, it can be difficult to go out in public places because he does like to be alone. His favorite thing is to either be in water by himself or to be outside hearing the birds, feeling the wind, sitting in a hammock by himself.
What's the best thing other people can do to be inclusive?
Realize that, well, since he's blind, his input is going to be touch and it's going to be what he hears.
Do you ever wonder what Jonathan's thinking?
Yeah. I can't always understand what he wants, but it gets easier since there's usually not a lot.
What are some common things that he does want?
To go to bed, to eat, to drink.
He likes it when people, talk to him and play with him and play clapping games.
I'm happy to be here with you, Jonathan. I can't wait to play clapping games.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to play clapping games?
What's a clapping game?
Just clapping with him. Like, here. Want to clap? Yeah. Wow. Yeah. You excited? Are you excited?
The best thing that someone could do when they meet our family to show that they accept our family is to ask any questions they have and just to interact with us and to extend grace to us, and we'll extend grace to them.
He can hear. That's something some people don't think he can hear. A lot of people think he can't hear, maybe because he can't talk. And he can't see, and they just assume he can't hear, but he can hear just fine. And he can understand.
If someone wanted to be Jonathan's friend, I would say you have to be persistent.
That's true.
Because the first meeting, he may not come across as welcoming to your advances, but if you're persistent, he will really appreciate it.
What's it been like to see him turn into an 18-year-old?
It's been crazy. Because he's gotten so strong. Opinionated. Very opinionated. About what he likes and what he wants, when he wants it, when he doesn't want it. It's been a little hard on me.
When somebody watches this video, what's the number one thing you hope they remember when it's over?
That they're not alone. That whatever they're going through, whatever challenge they're facing, they're not the only one to go through it or the first one. And that they're going to be okay if they don't give up.
Before we end the interview, is there anything else you'd like to say?
Well, can I talk to dads? Okay. I want you to know that you're not alone. And I want you to know that even though you may feel like you are in a situation where you have to be the strong one, maybe you're feeling the pressure of being strong, I want to let you know that you are not the only one in that situation, that there are other men out there who are praying for you and who are rooting for you and who know that you have what it takes. And so talk to someone, let them know how you're feeling, let them know your heart, and don't give up. That's what I would say. It's going to get better.